Hi everyone, welcome back to Bethany's Vintage Fairy Tale. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to share with you guys today's video. We're going to be decorating my living room in a woodland glam theme. I can't wait to share with you guys how everything turned out. So we're going to start off decorating my brown bookshelf in my living room here. The idea for the living room was really a woodland glam, very frosted look. So I'm using a lot of greens and blues and whites, browns, and then of course my favorite color of pink to add that little bit of a pop. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going ahead and using some beautiful ornaments. These are all plastic, and a few of them are glass ornaments that I've collected over the years from HomeSense, dollar stores, various places. And I'm going to be using these to decorate a little tree here on the bookshelf. So I'm going ahead and just adding in the largest balls first, and then going in from largest to smallest and just adding those all over the tree, making sure I have all the colors spaced out. This tree primarily is going to be that really pretty icy blue, the gold, and then a little bit of a pop of pink and copper just to give a really nice warm feel to the tree. And I'm just adding those all over our tree here. For this tree, I'm not using any ribbons or anything like that. I wanted it just to be all about the really pretty ornaments, and it makes it really easy for decorating, just kind of placing these all around the tree. And now we're going to go in with some decor. This is my pink Santa. I've had this for years. It's my absolute favorite. It brings such a smile to my face every Christmas. It's so fun and fabulous. I absolutely love it. I got it at HomeSense quite a few years ago now. And I'm going ahead and just adding in a few more pieces of decor. One of my favorite things to do for decorating is add pictures all over my living room. I usually get them off of Pinterest. So when I start my season, I always make a mood board of kind of what I want my theme to be. And then at the end of the season, I'll go ahead and pick some of my favorite images and print them off at Walmart to place all around the room, and that really helps to bring the theme in. It makes everything cohesive, and I just love having the beautiful inspirational photos all over my room. So here you can see how the decor is all looking. I'm going ahead and using a lot of foresty elements. We've got this garland as a base here. It was actually a green eucalyptus that I spray painted white and just kind of rubbed off some of the paint to look like it was more frosted than more like actually full snowed on. And then I have a tree DIY in the background there, which will be coming in a video very soon. And then a few more elements that I've had for years, like that reindeer that was from a local grocery store here actually a couple years ago. And then I'm just going to be decorating the same kind of fluffy white tree with those ornaments, the same technique that we did with our other one. This is just on a smaller scale. And now I just wanted to add in a few more touches of glam here. So I have these beautiful pine cones from Michael's from a few years ago. They're beautifully flocked and snowed, and they make such a nice little impact for our woodland glam theme. And then I got these cute little bottle brush trees at Winners this year, and the gold and the pink, and I just thought that really accented the gorgeous color of the ornaments. They're almost the exact same color, so it really brought that cohesive color element to my space. And I'm just kind of going ahead and adding those in a few different places here. So now we're going to go ahead and decorate all of the individual shelves in this bookcase here. So I'm using a lot of DIY painted books. These are all thrift store books that I've painted just to give them some new life. And then I usually do this every year just with the colors that I'm using for the season. So these are all primarily pinks and creams, but you'll see throughout my home throughout the year I'll change it up. I'll have blue books, green books, brown, black, whatever, just to kind of go with whatever the theme is for that season. And then I have this beautiful bowl that I'm adding in all of these DIY ornaments. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it for you down below, but we made a whole bunch of custom specialty ornaments, and I love using these as bowl filler in my designs. And then I'm going ahead and just adding in a few more pieces of decor, again keeping with that woodland glam aesthetic, lots of natural elements, lots of glam kind of mixed together. I've got more of those bottle brush trees, and then I'm trying to keep the wood element as well. So I have those beautiful thick wooden snowflakes. Those were actually a dollar store find this year for super inexpensive. To do the next layer of our bookshelf here, I'm going ahead and adding those beautiful snowflakes. I got those at Canadian Tire this year. I just absolutely love them. And then I got this gorgeous thrifted little vase here. I just added in some white painted pine cones and a little critter there. I love collecting these kind of like little miniature critters. I have mice coming up later in the video. I've got a couple foxes, those deer. I just love incorporating those cute little characters into my decor. So for the next layer here, I'm going ahead and adding in this beautiful mercury glass vase that I got last year. I love it because it's got kind of a blue tinge to it, and I love filling it with lights, and at nighttime it's the most beautiful glow. It's hard to see during the daylight, but it makes such a beautiful statement. So I love doing that with those kind of jars. They're from HomeSense and they're very inexpensive, and I just think it makes your room look really high-end on a total budget. And I'm going ahead and adding in more of those painted books, a few more of those bottle brush trees. You'll see that I kind of keep the similar elements going throughout the entire bookshelf here, because since there are so many cubes, it can get really cluttered very fast. So I like to kind of use the same kind of things throughout each block. That way it kind of brings the cohesion. So we're going to decorate this little floating shelf that I have off to the side here. I'm going ahead and adding in this gorgeous star DIY. This was something that I created from this year. It was all made out of branches that I found from outside, and I spray painted them gold to create this gorgeous star design DIY, which was so easy and so fun to create, and it was super inexpensive because the only thing I had to pay for was the cost of the spray paint. So it was really affordable option, and I love how it covered up a lot of the white wall space that I have in my home. I've got that beautiful love sign that I got from Valentine's Day actually last year, but I love keeping it up all year round because I think we should really celebrate love all year round. And then I'm going ahead and adding in another Pinterest photo. We're actually going to be kind of using this as inspiration for the window, which you'll be seeing in just a few minutes here. And then that eucalyptus garland was actually from Amazon. I spray painted it lightly with some white paint and just kind of did it lightly so that you could still see the green coming through, but it just kind of gave it this beautiful soft vintage kind of snowed effect. And then I added this lace onto the shelf as well because we have this green contact paper on here from the springtime, and it was a little bit too bright and spring toned to go with this kind of wintry feel. So I just added some lace on top, and I love how you can still see the green kind of coming through, but it's not quite as bright, and it kind of helps to go with the theme a little bit more. So now directly below our floating shelf, I have this little white bookshelf here as well that I love to decorate for the seasons. So I'm going ahead and adding in these beautiful gold candlesticks. I've had these for quite a few months now. I actually bought them for my tablescape garden party video that I posted quite a few months back in the summertime, and I use them for all of my seasonal decorating. I just switch out the different tapered candles, and I love how it just brings a really cozy feeling into my decor. And then I'm keeping with that woodland glam feel. I'm trying to incorporate a lot of greenery, so I have a similar garland. It's the eucalyptus that I spray painted again just to make it look very snowy. I've got a beautiful flock tree that I got from Hobby Lobby a few years back. And then in that frame there, that's one of my Pinterest photos that really inspired this decor theme this year, so I wanted to make sure I had that front and center in my decorating. And then that beautiful vase is so gorgeous. I found that actually in the summertime this year at HomeSense, and it's really cool. It's got this illusion to it, so it kind of looks silver, but it's got a lot of gold throughout. So I thought it was the kind of perfect blend to build in this icy kind of feel, but also keep it nice and warm and glam with the gold. So I just love that vase. It's so pretty, and I have the most beautiful magnolias in there that I found this year at HomeSense. All right, so we're gonna decorate the window here. I had this idea that I wanted to hang all of my different specialty ornaments off of my garland hanging directly above my window, and I wanted to hang them at different lengths just to kind of give this really warm, romantic, glam atmosphere. And I just thought it was the perfect thing to kind of fill in this window since it is very, very large, and I think it was just kind of missing that special touch. So I'm just absolutely loving this, and a lot of these ornaments are clear or see-through, so the light just comes right through them and just makes everything so sparkly and absolutely festive for the Christmas season. I'm just absolutely loving how this turned out. And you can also vary this in sizes. You can do really dramatic, have some going all the way down to the floor, some very short. You can keep them kind of at similar heights. It's all up to you, a personal preference on how you guys would like to do this, but it's such a fun way to kind of jazz up your window. And you can use all of those specialty ornaments that you have. So if you have like maybe one or two of a certain ornament, this is a great way to use them, and then also kind of highlights them as well. So in the window, I wanted to decorate the sides of it as well. I went ahead and just added in a couple more pieces. So this nutcracker here I actually made last year. Believe it or not, underneath was quite dark colored. It was all like really dark reds and blacks and browns. It definitely was not my taste, but I absolutely love how it turned out. I painted it last year with those pinks and the blues and the golds, and it's like one of my favorite pieces of decor. It was a huge project. It took, oh my gosh, months of painting that over and over just to cover up the existing colors underneath and just to get all of the detail. But it's such a special piece, and I absolutely love having it in my decorations. So on the other side, I kind of wanted to make a little bit of a wintry scene. So I have all of these really specialty trees that I've collected over the years. I actually made that rose tree with some Amazon foam roses a couple years back, and then a few of those are just things that I've collected. So I kind of wanted to add all of my trees together. And then this was a DIY that I created last year. They're all wooden reindeers that I painted, and I kind of made them attached with the pearl beading just to kind of look like they were Santa's reindeers just going through those trees. I just thought this was such a cute little DIY, and I absolutely love it in the window. We're going to go ahead and decorate the pink bookshelf in my room. So this is to the right of our window, and I'm kind of going with a sugar plum fairy theme for this one. So I've got a lot of these mice. I collect these. I absolutely treasure these. They're so special to me. And I found this beautiful wrapping paper at Walmart this year, which is what kind of inspired this whole piece on this bookshelf. I absolutely love the colors. It's got those adorable pastels, and I just absolutely love how it turned out. Kind of sticking with this sugar plum fairy theme, I've got lots of sweets, I've got lots of mice, and then my nutcracker you'll see in a bit is kind of pulling it all together. I'm just loving this section of my house. My daughter loves these mice. They're her favorite. Every year I put them out, so it's so much fun to decorate this with her. And then on the bottom tier, I have this beautiful eucalyptus garland. This was actually from Amazon this year, and it was a really bright lime green garland that I spray painted very lightly with some white paint, and it made the most beautiful kind of frosted effect. You can still see the green coming through, but it just kind of has this kind of bluey white texture to it, which I thought was the perfect addition just to add in a little bit of greenery, since I still wanted this section to kind of tone in with the woodland glam. I didn't want to lose that greenery factor, so I wanted to make sure to add that in as well. And then on the top shelf, I have a bottle brush tree that I decorated that was from Hobby Lobby, and then a few more of those gorgeous presents with that beautiful Walmart paper that inspired this whole bookshelf. And then off to the side of the bookshelf here, I wanted to create a cute little scene with these box crates. So these are from Walmart that I had painted a few years back, and then the tops of them were just plain still wood. They didn't have any paint on them, so I wanted to kind of cover that up. So what I did was I took a pillow from Walmart, opened it up, and just used the stuffing to kind of make it look like faux snow. Faux snow in the stores can be really expensive, so I found this was such a great cheap way to kind of get that look on a budget, and then that way it also covered up the fact that the bottom of the crates weren't painted. So I absolutely love it. It just made that really ethereal kind of vibe to go with the Sugar Plum Fairy theme. I have this beautiful tree. This was actually from a dollar store here in Canada, and then I added in a feather boa just to kind of make it look really whimsical and over the top with the pink and white. And then I have this beautiful pink and gold nutcracker that I painted last year as well in those Sugar Plum Fairy colors. And then here I'm adding in another bottle brush tree from Hobby Lobby. I added in a few gold and white ornaments to it with a beautiful garland on top, and I'm just loving how the scene came together. It's so wintry, but it's got those really pretty pink colors to make it totally tone in with that beautiful Sugar Plum Fairy theme. And then for the tree, I wanted the tree to be very simple. I've got a lot of decor over here, so I really wanted the feather boa to be kind of like the main focal piece. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding in a few ornaments. These are all from the dollar store. Actually, they're styrofoam ornaments that have sparkles and a little bit of like rope around them to make them look kind of like pom-poms almost. So I just added a few of those just to kind of bring in a little bit more texture to it, but I kept this tree very simple just to kind of tone in with the rest of the decor. So on this wall here, this is my gallery wall, and I like to change out the photos for every season. So I did the same kind of thing that I did with the frames throughout my decor. I went on Pinterest and found some of my favorite photos that really inspired the decor this season, and I wanted to swap out the gallery wall photos so that I could have all of the inspiration that I used to create all of these designs for you front and center. It just makes my heart so happy to have all of these beautiful photos. I love Pinterest so much, so what's better than having a whole Pinterest board on your wall, right guys? So I added in all of my favorite photos. I went ahead and chose some that were more woodland glam, some that had the Sugar Plum Fairy. I tried to incorporate all of the colors that you guys have seen throughout my decor. That way this would kind of bring that cozy, cohesive feel. And then right there, that is the beautiful wreath that's going to be coming in a tutorial very soon. It was a Nutcracker theme inspired wreath with real ballet shoes. So I'm so excited to share with you guys that tutorial. It will be coming up in a few weeks, so don't forget to stay tuned for that. And changing out your photos for a gallery wall can be a great way to change up your space on a budget. These photos are not expensive. I print them out at Walmart, and I change it once a season, so it's a really budget-friendly idea just to kind of change up your space, and I love having all of those really inspirational Pinterest-inspired photos. And then now I'm going ahead and just decorating this little side table off to the side of my couch here. I kept my lamp and my vintage phone. This was a find that I got on Amazon quite a few months back, and I just love how vintage inspired it is. And then I have this gorgeous reindeer that I found this year. I love the texture on it. It's got this beautiful 3D almost embroidery effect to it, so it's very, very high-end looking, but it wasn't expensive. It looks a lot more expensive than it actually was, so that's always a nice way to get some cute decor that looks high-end but actually isn't. So I hope you guys are loving how the living room turned out. I am so over the top thrilled with how everything came together from all of my trees, the mantle. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you guys haven't seen my tree decorating videos, I'll make sure to leave those linked down below for you guys as well. I've shared tutorials on how to create all of these trees by hand, and also this mantle display. I have a full video on how to create something like this. And don't forget, you guys can change these ideas to fit in with whatever decor style that you guys are going for. Like I said, I do love a lot. Definitely a maximalist. I love having all of my beautiful treasures in my home. So if this isn't your style, don't worry. You guys can totally take a lot of these ideas and transform them to go with whatever kind of decor that you guys love or whatever color scheme you're going for Christmas. I hope I have inspired you guys to create something beautiful in your home. And I just absolutely love sharing my decor passion with you guys. It's so much fun, and what better way to share something that you love with your friends. So I hope you guys have absolutely loved this. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have been inspired. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That just lets me know that you guys have enjoyed this video. It absolutely means the world to me if you guys would subscribe as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.